Hi, and welcome to Morning Coffee. Here we are. Easter is now behind us. We celebrated the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And for the church, that means the next step is to ask the serious questions of faith, of life. To say, how do we now embody a resurrection life? Now that we see death for its proper role in the world, and that God has overcome that, how do we live now? How are we emboldened to live? Well, a few weeks ago, we sent out a postcard throughout the Oak Ridge community of the sermon series that begins this Sunday. The sermon series is called 6 Things the Church Gets Wrong That If We Got Right Would Change the World. Well, we sent it out, and can I just brag about our congregation here at First Methodist in Oak Ridge? We intentionally put all these provocative sermon titles in this series. Sermon titles like The Good News is Not That Jesus Died and Rose. The Bible's Not the Word of God for Everyone. God's concern for you is not that we are saved. Are atheists going to heaven or hell? All these wonderful, provocative questions, statements being made. And the goal was just to that, solicit response, to be provocative, to see how people would respond. Well, it's been wonderful because we've gotten these calls from community members, not church members, who say, I can't believe you put that as a sermon title. I can't believe you all believe those things. Do you believe those things? And it's been wonderful to say how wonderful it is, how great it is that you call, that you care, that this could provoke a response. Well, our own congregation seemed to immediately understand what we were doing, to put out provocative statements that we shouldn't just read them and go, oh, that's provocative. They should elicit some thought. So what I would ask you is, when you hear me or that sermon title written down, that God's greatest concern for you is not that you were saved, what do you think about that? Do you believe that? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree? What do you think the good news is that we are called to share? Are atheists going to heaven or hell? Those are questions that we hope will provoke a response out of you, and you will come to these worship services over the next 6 weeks ready to be thoughtful, to reflect together on what does it mean that we believe that Jesus Christ died and rose. What do we believe about things like salvation and sin and forgiveness? What do we believe about the political implications of what it means to follow Jesus? So I'm really proud all of our congregation immediately understood. Community thinks we're kind of off our rocker, which, nothing new, and that's okay. But to our congregation and those of you who understand what it means to be provoked to thought, I want to encourage you. In this season following Easter, decide what matters to you. Decide if you believe. What role does Jesus' resurrection, how does that change your life? And what's it mean for us to follow a risen Lord? So I invite you, if you don't have a church home, I invite you to join us this Sunday for The Good News is Not That Jesus Died and Rose Again. What do you think we're going to talk about? Have a great day.